26th of March is drawing closer and closer. Of course, we all know what is expected, what we're expecting to happen on the 26th of March. It is the grand return. It's the day of the return of General Miguna of the NRM. Now, NASA leader His Excellency Raila Odinga had something to say about the return of Miguna, or rather he had something to say that affects that grand return. Now, until now, most people have been fearing. They've been wondering what is going to happen on that day, okay? Because we know Miguna was deported, forcibly deported from his own home country. And we know the government of Kenya had said, in no uncertain terms, that they do not want Miguna back under any circumstances. Okay, that we already know. And so even after Miguna promised us the Lunga Lunga liberation dance on 26th of March, we knew for a fact that there was going to be a confrontation of some sort, yeah? And most likely Miguna would not be allowed into the country at the point of entry, which in this case would have to be the airport. That scenario has now changed. Speaking in Kisumu on Friday, Raila Odinga said that part of the deal he had with Uhuru is that all people who had been charged with various offenses, let us just say all people who are purged against, yeah, in a very draconian way by the Jubilee government, yeah, the state would not proceed with those charges. In other words, they'd be dropped, and the state would no longer pursue those individuals. And indeed, we have already seen that unfold at a very rapid rate. Okay, passports have been returned, etc., etc. Yeah, but what that also means is that Miguna is free to return to the country, and nobody is going to stop him from entering his country of birth. Now, that changes the whole situation in more ways than most of us may realize immediately. Now, of course, Miguna has been very economical with the facts or what his plan is, or what his strategy was for the 26th of March. Okay, but we know that whatever his plan was, yeah, it must have been hinged on some resistance from the government of Kenya. The fact that there'll be no resistance now changes everything. You really need somebody to resist you for you to be a hero. Yeah, if there's no resistance against you, then what are you being a hero for? Get my drift? So really, this messes up the plans of Miguna. This messes up the scenario for the Lunga Lunga dance of liberation. This completely turns upside down the mother of all liberation struggles, yeah, that we were promised on that day. Actually, the truth is a lot has changed, yeah, in matters to do with the NRM and the struggle for the liberation of Kenya from despots, as Miguna always never misses an opportunity to remind us. Let's take a minute, yeah, to analyze the situation the way it is today. The state of affairs as far as the liberation struggle is concerned, if you will, yeah, if you want to put it like that. The deal between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta completely messed up Miguna. Okay? And shortly, I shall be going into more detail about that. Yeah? But for now, let me remind you what I said at a very early stage in this whole saga. Indeed, it was a statement that many may not have received very well. But I said that the NRM, without Raila Odinga's support, is nothing but a shell. Now, here's the very fascinating unfolding of events, yeah, that has really proved that statement correct, yeah, but comes with a lot of very, very fascinating things, okay? The truth is, most Nasserites, or most supporters of NASA, do not like the deal which was made between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. They don't. The truth of the matter is that nobody trusts Jubilee. Nobody trusts that the draconian Jubilee government can bring anything good to the table that will change things in the country. Nobody can wrap their minds around that. And if truth be told, people cannot be blamed Because what has happened over the last few months, the draconian ways of Jubilee that we have been treated to are very hard for people to get out of their minds, even as we move on to a new kind of political environment. However, and this is important, that has not stopped the vast majority of Nasarites from trusting Raila Odinga and trusting that he has made the right decision. That has not stopped them. Now, in my view, Miguna Miguna made a very serious tactical and strategic mistake. Going into the meeting the weekend immediately after the deal between Raila and Uhuru. And this major engagement for Miguna Miguna was in Dallas. Now, on paper, Dallas was supposed to be Miguna's biggest meeting up to that point, because what had happened is that a full busload was expected from nearby Houston, to join the Dallas meeting, and therefore the organizers were expecting a very, very packed hall. Now, the bus from Houston was confirmed. However, it never arrived. Why? Because of this deal between Raila and Uhuru. It just changed everything. It brought confusion, it brought relief, but clearly things had changed very dramatically. And therefore, a lot of the people who wanted to travel all the way from Houston to Dallas aborted the trip at the very last minute. Many, even within Dallas, who were sure they were going to attend, also changed their minds at the 11th hour. The result was a meeting that was expecting almost 500 people, or more in fact, ended up with only around 114. Now here's the very major dramatic mistake Miguna made. Now I see I've run out of my time. We'll cover that in the next part of this amazing series. Catch you there in a bit. You know the drill. Wait for the link on your top left-hand corner, which should already be there by now. Click on it, and you'll be on that part. See you there. This is Kumekucha.